friendship. At this time, I would like to have Dan Cutler come forward. He is going to do a first-person interpretation of a speech that was done by Chief Cornstalk, Fort Randolph, at the mouth of the Kennequa River on November 10th, 1777, year of the Bloody Sevens. The 1768 Treaty of Fort Stanwix gave over to the colonies the winter hunting grounds of the Shawnee, the mountains south of the river, Ohio, that was called the Kentucky. Chief counselor of the Shawandassi was an old warrior that the English called the Cornstalk. History is kind to good Indians. The chief who drank the rum, believed the lies, and sold the land. The Cornstalk was not a good Indian. So I will turn this over to Dan Cutler.
Brethren, I see many old enemies here at Fort Randolph this day. A few friends. When I was a young man, I went to war many times. Each time I thought that it would be my last, that I would return no more. Now I'm here among you in peace. And you may kill me if you wish. It is all the same to me, for one time is as good as another. A man may die but once. These wars are done. I have come here to tell you the Shawnees are not your enemy. Their blood is covered. And this new disagreement that you have with your king, King George, I believe, is a matter to be settled between a father and his disobedient children, and concerns not your neighbor, the Shawano. I should address you formally. Fathers, why should I call you father? The Francais were my father, and the Francais are no more. The English wished me to call them their father, and they are no more. Now you Americans wish me to call you father. But the elders have advised I not disrespect you. I will address you as brothers. I bring this gift of wampum so that you will know my words are true. To cleanse your ears of the songs of bad birds, so you may better hear that truth. And wipe the tears from your eyes, so you may see your true friends. Brethren, I was born near the great council town Shamokin, at the forks of the Susquehanna. There met the great chiefs of many nations. The Francais were always among us in black robes, those black robes who make the sign, and traders who brought guns and ammunition for the hunt, iron kettles, knives, and axes. They told us of great hairy beasts that ate the land like a hungry bear in the spring, beasts that they called the English. As a young man, I wished to see how these Englishmen might eat the land. I went to where some of the Englishmen lived, the traders in the east. I hid in the brush and watched them work about his cabin, trying to see why he was so feared by the Francais. Near in the eaves of the cabin, there was the tiny stinging fly called the wasp. You know her. She helped him in her small way by filling the cracks with mud, but she protected her home. He grew too near and was stung. This is an insignificant event in the wilderness. But the Englishman grew angry and damned the wasp and all her kin. even calling down the wrath of the Great Spirit on this tiny insect. And then he took fire and burnt the villages of all the wasps near him, very nearly setting fire to his own cabin, to assure himself that the wasp and her children were dead. I knew then why the English were feared, and how I would make war on them. When I had 10 winters,